Come on and go with me while I tell you a story. I had a cousin. I've got several cousins, but two of them kind of stood out. They're older than I were, both women. Uh, when I first started knowing them, they were very young teens, and it was my fondest memories because one day they wanted to put makeup on me, and my grandfather and grandmother were not happy at all. But either way, it was kind of a funny thing. They knew they'd get a big reaction out of it, so they tried to pull it off. They did. Uh, in fact, I think my grandmother come checked on us. We were in the bathroom. But either way, so my older cousin Phyllis, she's quite the character. I don't know if that's a normal trait for her, but when she was younger, she is pretty mischievous, and she would, what do they call that, stir the pot sometimes. Yeah, she just liked to, let's say, live in the gray area. Yeah, she was a gray. Yeah, Phyllis was great. She had quite the attitude. And I know that Phyllis, her smoking weed turned into her younger sister, Drew smoking weed. And Drew and Phyllis both had a really great life ahead of them. But they threw it all away, smoking weed and dating losers that smoked weed and all that good stuff. But either way, people make their decisions. They lay in their bed that they make. I don't know what is that orb down there? That is weird. So weird. Anyway, so I just want to tell you about the time I went with Drew and her boyfriend at the time. He had a softball game going on. But I went down with my other aunt and uncle, Cindy and Daryl. And so we go down there. It seemed like, I don't know, it was from Floydada. Boy, it was an hour and a half drive. Yeah. So it was dang near. It was north of Abilene somewhere. Anyway, we're going to head out. The end of the game comes, and I don't remember any eventful things to mention out of the game. It was, it was just a regular summertime game, springtime softball, I guess. Men's is not professional league, obviously. They just did it for fun for some reason or another. They thought they need to go not play baseball but softball. That's the strangest thing for a man to do, digress and go from baseball to softball. But anyway, that's what grown men do nowadays. So Drew and her boyfriend, he's a good-looking buck. Boy, big strapping white boy, blonde-headed, blue-eyed. Oh, man, he's strong, too. I was about 13, probably 14 by now, and he had a brand-new 1979 Trans Am. Yeah, the real deal. T-tops off and everything. I remember seeing the car parked over there with my aunt and uncle to watch the game, and then it was actually Duran's boyfriend. I can't remember his name. I don't want to say Brian because that's not right. But anyway, he's like, "Hey, you want to ride home with us?" I said, "Hell yeah. Can I drive?" He's like, "Only if you drive." I was like, "Get out of here." So I was already used to driving all kinds of equipment and driving on the highway slow, pickup and stuff like that. And so this was a pretty special treat. I'm a damn good driver. I operate anything. And I get to drive just what now would be considered a classic. Back then, it was just a normal old, Trans Am. 79 Trans Am. Hot rod with the T-tops off. And anyway, we start down the highway. He lets me drive. And we leave out of there. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, we leave out of there. We had to stop somewhere. I can't remember what the hell for. Probably Drew Ann had to pee. Yeah, Drew Ann probably had to pee. Or, I don't know, maybe buy some rubbers out of the machine in the bathroom. But anyway, so I pull in, I stop, and then we get up on the highway, and the speed limit everywhere back then was 55. And her boyfriend, he didn't give a damn. He's like, hell, step on it, kid. I'm running about 60 already, which will get me in a lot of trouble because I don't have a driver's license, and I shouldn't be driving. And there they are, well, I don't know, what are they, like 19, 20, something like that. Let's see, let me think about that a minute. That'd be about 19. Drew Ann was 5 years older, so she'd have been 19 at the time. I had to have been 14. I'm pretty sure of that. Anyway, so he's like, step on it, give it a little hell. So after we leave the store, get out of that little town there, I did. I stepped on it. I got that sumbitch up to 85, maybe 88 miles an hour, and that was zipping back then. 55 to 85. Oh, that was flying back then. And I remember we got back in. I slowed it way down. I got to rev it up about 2 more times, and he wanted me to keep it revved up, but I was too scared I'd get pulled over. I was used to driving on the highway and already known the highway patrolman's out there. He might get your ass. So I had to slow it down, keep it mild, 57, you're pushing it back then. 57 was, you're pushing it. It was a perfect day, though. I don't remember a bug hitting the windshield. Drew Ann and Bobby Butch. I can't remember the damn guy's name. Anyway, that was one of the most memorable days. Man, getting to drive that Trans Am. He let me rev it up and haul ass a little bit. It was a lot of fun. One day, that was about 2 months after that. There was a deal to go down on the courthouse square. Everything was paved brick down at the courthouse. And there was another guy. He had a Chevrolet Camaro Berlinetta, which had the same engine as the Trans Am back then. That, hell, I don't remember, 455, some weird number like that. The damn thing would rip. It would shred tires. And he used to go down there on the courthouse on Saturdays, Sundays. He'd get out his jack. He brought a rolling jack, like a real mechanic shop jack. He brought out the jack, his 4-way tool to get the nuts off, and a couple extra tires, and the cops would not bother him, and he would go down there and do donuts under the light. We only had 2 lights downtown, so you had to get out of your way to get downtown in that town. And so they didn't bother him. I don't know, probably had a dad or uncle or somebody's on the police department, county sheriff's department, something like that, said, hell yeah, you ain't gonna hurt nothing, kid. Which he'd have been 2021 back then. And he'd drive donuts around the courthouse square down there, and he'd do, I don't know, sometimes he might get 20 out of a tire, and then poof, and that was it. And damn good driver. He never lost control. He kept that damn thing always right on the spot. Yeah, he's almost stand there in the middle of the intersection. He could just do donut after donut around you. That was his deal. Once he popped a tire or two, it depended on how many tires he gets. So he'd get these old used tires, mount them on some old steel rims, and he would come down there and drive around and do donuts. The rest of the week, though, he always had those normal wheels on there and tires that look real pretty. And, that was his deal. But that old boy, my cousin's boyfriend, anyway, he took that Pontiac down there, that damned old Trans Am, did donuts around there, and popped like 2 tires. Pop. I mean, before he get it shut down, he didn't run his back tires, but he only had 1 spare. I always remember. It's like, yeah, that's why you're a little dumb, boy. You're going to go down there hot rodding, take all the stuff you need. He didn't even have a spare. He had 1 spare in the trunk. That wouldn't get him anywhere. I remember that car's parked down there for 2 or 3 days before he finally got around to getting it fixed. Yeah, that's the good old days. I sure do love the good old days. Yeah, I used to keep a rifle in the back window. I had a double rifle holder, shotgun, or some kind of, it went in the back windshield of my old Ford. I had a Chevy too, 69 Chevy, and I had a 69 Ford. That Ford was a sweet truck. I liked it. It had air conditioning. Yeah, it was aftermarket air conditioning, but the damn thing worked. Oh, it's so nice. Anyway, hope you enjoyed my story. Time I got to drive a 79 Trans Am. Go a little fast. Y'all be good now.